Hello everybody, it has been a while. It's been too hot to come outside, so I thought I would wait until now to do another video update on the garden. So these are the little plum seedlings. Again, I'm going to wait until winter when they're dormant to transplant them, just because it's a lot safer. They don't tend to get as shocked. And then this is the magnolia that I bought for my mum. You can see where the flowers were because they're getting these kind of like flower heads. I don't really know what they are. Maybe they're seeds. I don't really know. And then we've got some strawberries, and we do actually have some strawberries growing. I think we have had a couple already that have been harvested and been ripe because it has just been so hot. It's kind of kick-started everything. And then we've got some grapes on the grapevine, which is really cool. And I don't know if these are eating grapes. I'm pretty sure they are. I'm pretty sure it was one of the trees that I got from Tesco or Asda, but we will see. Hopefully the birds don't get all of the grapes before we do, and we can try them. So we've got some big lilies that are growing. I think I'm kind of allergic to lilies. I can't really breathe when they're in the house, so thankfully they're outside. But it's cool, they're lovely, and I appreciate how pretty they are. Over here we've got some apples, and they haven't all grown. They've clearly thinned themselves out because we've got some big clusters here, but then these ones have not done so well. But we're doing really well for this tree because, as I said before, we didn't have any on this tree last year. I think I'm going to have to move this tree because it is very much in the bush and it's not getting any sun, so I think that it's not doing the tree any good. Oh, I need to sort that out. Let's just pick it off. I don't want these infesting my plants because they go into the fruit. Ugh, gross. I will have to come and do another sweep of this tree in a minute because this isn't ideal to have them on there because they can very much cause damage to the tree and damage the fruit, which obviously I don't want. So not ideal, but that is part of having fruit trees. You've got to look out for pests, and even the hideous ones, you've just got to get rid of them. I know it's nature and everything deserves to have a chance and to live, but they can live somewhere else, not on my trees. Yeah, they're gonna go. I'll do that in a bit. I'll show you the rest of the garden first. So we've got all of these big hollyhocks. These are doing very well. They are very tall. They're taller than me, so they're probably coming up to 6 foot tall. That one's even taller. So it's quite remarkable how big they actually are. And they definitely weren't as tall last year, so that's quite cool. I've got some poppies. I'm just going to move that hollyhock there because it is clearly getting stuck under the shed. That's better. There we go. So it can actually get some sun now and grow a bit taller and do its thing. And then over here we have the blue spruce. I really have absolutely no idea what happened to it because, as you can see, all of the leaves or the spines on the inside of the tree have just died, and it's completely brown and it just looks dead. But then we've got all this beautiful new growth, so I have absolutely no idea what happened to it. It's never done this before, and I've never seen a tree do that before, so I don't know. It's just very weird, but it's doing well now, so I'm not too worried. And then we've got some more poppies. They've got these really fancy ones. I would like to get some like traditional red ones, like the remembrance poppies, because all of the ones we have are these kind of fancy ones, and whilst they are absolutely stunning, I think it would just be nice to have some like more traditional ones, just because. Then we've got more hollyhock. These ones aren't as tall, probably because they weren't here last year, I don't think. And then we've got some flowers coming on the blackberries, so we should get a really nice harvest of those. They're really nice for making pies, and also I'm thinking of freezing a lot this year, just so we have a collection of frozen berries in the freezer, because I really enjoy making smoothies when it's hot, and just frozen berries are just really good to add to smoothies. It's just really tasty. And then I don't think, oh, we've got one Bramley apple on the tree, just the one, so we're not going to have a super big harvest. Oh, maybe we've got another one over there, maybe 2 or 3, so it's not great, but it's not awful either. Still got some, so we need to be grateful for what we have. This is the nectarine, as you all know, and we do have some nectarines. They are looking a bit shriveled, which I'm a bit worried about. I'm kind of concerned that they're all going to fall off the tree. It has just been so incredibly hot the last couple of days. I don't think I watered them enough, which is a massive failing on my part, so I kind of need to get a grip on that. And the peach leaf curl has come back, so I do need to spray it again and cut off all of these leaves again, so hopefully it doesn't damage the tree too much. But as we can see all down here, we've got loads and loads and loads of nectarines this year. We've even got some ripe strawberries, which is very cool. Here is the biggest wisteria that we have, and I don't think it has any flowers at all, so it goes up into the tulip tree. But yeah, I don't think it's got any flowers, which is a bit of a shame, but it's fine. And then here we've got a I do need to pull this tree up and away from the fence, just because I don't want it leaning over and kind of getting stuck in that position. So I just need to get a stronger stake and just hold it here. I think it looks a lot nicer, kind of more upright, and it takes it away from the fence. I don't want it to get damaged, and I don't want it to damage the fence either. So, but we do have a clematis, a clematis growing all the way up, which is really beautiful. And I know the tree isn't very big at the moment, so having climbers in it isn't ideal, but we can always cut them back. It's not the end of the world. I'm not too worried. As long as we keep an eye on it and we don't allow it to become completely overwhelmed, then I'm sure it'll be fine. We've got some horse chestnuts in the back. We've got our pears on the pear tree, which are doing very nicely. This field maple, which is the only tree that we have planted in the ground, is doing also beautifully well. So hopefully that will provide a lot of privacy from the houses opposite us when that tree is bigger in a couple of years, which will be very nice, because it's no fun kind of feeling overlooked, which is kind of the state for a lot of us in England nowadays. They're just kind of building anywhere and everywhere, but it's fine. It is what it is. So again, with the cherries, I don't think I watered them enough, and unfortunately they have kind of suffered in the heat, which is a massive shame. So I have massively reduced the crop that we're going to get this year, and that's all my own kind of doing, unfortunately. But lessons learned. I'll be more kind of mindful next year, but hopefully next year I should be in my own place with my partner ideally, and we've got our own plans for the garden and what we would like to do. So it's very exciting. It's a lot to look forward to, and the quince is finally getting some real fruit on it. So I'm hoping that we get enough that we can make some quince jelly this year, or quince jam, either way, it doesn't really matter. Got some growth up there on the older Nordic fir as well, which is nice. But yeah, no, so I'm hoping that we get enough quince to make some jelly, because his mum really likes it at Christmas, so it'd be nice to be able to make her some. And over here we have a big collection of horse chestnuts, maples, lilies in the back. We've got a peony, which I got for my birthday last year, which is very exciting to see because it didn't have any flowers last year. We've got a lot of plums, which is very cool. I love plums, they're so tasty. And then down there we've got some more fruit, but I don't think they've actually got anything on them. I can't really see because this has all been moved and it's in the way. So I will sort all of that out and get a bit of a closer look. We're going to go into the catio and have a look in here as well. So the kittens really do love it in here. They spend a lot of their days and their time in here. It has been a bit hot for them, so they have been inside in front of the AC, just keeping cool and chilling out and doing what cats do best, which is napping. But they're adorable, so they could do whatever they want. Speaking of adorable kittens, hey baby girl. Then we've got some roses, we've got a Socky boy and a Luna, and then we've got poppies which are growing in here, another Nordic fir. We've got a lot of blackberries in there. We don't seem to have any flowers on it that I can see from here, but that's fine. It just is the nature of things. This smells really nice. We've got Luna rolling in the dust because she's sweet and she can do what she wants. I think she's cooling off, but she loves rolling in the dust. She comes in and she's brown because she's just been rolling in there so much. But yeah, this is like her favourite bit of the catio. She just spends all of her days in here rolling around, getting all muddy. But she can do what she wants. We've got this rose in here, and this is one of my favourites just because it's such a pretty colour. And a lot of the flowers have already gone over. They weren't out for long. I think the heat kind of put paid to that. But these ones haven't come out yet, and these are like a really kind of beautiful lilac colour. So I would like to try and propagate the roses just for my own personal use. I know some are copyrighted, so you can't make cuttings and sell them, but I think I'm pretty sure if it's for yourself then it's fine. So hopefully we're not breaking any laws. I will look more into that first, obviously, before I do anything. I don't want to get arrested. And then we've got loads of blueberries. Again, we'll probably be using these to make pies, maybe make some blueberry jam. That would be really nice, but I don't know if we'll get enough. The blueberry bushes aren't that big, but we'll see. And if not, we'll just freeze them and use them in smoothies and stuff. And this is my favourite rose bush because my partner gave it to me. It's a David Austin, and it is the Pilgrim, and it is absolutely stunning, and it smells so beautiful. It's just something else. It's just gorgeous. I love it so much. So I'm really excited for that to get the flowers to come out. We've got a currant down there. We've got some sequoias. We've got more peonies, foxglove. We've just got loads of stuff that I do really need to sort it out because it's just becoming a bit overwhelming, and everything is everywhere and nothing is organized, and it is a bit stressful. But it's fine. It's just something. It's just another thing to do, and it's just been so hot that being in the gardening has just not been on my top of the list of things for me to do. But it is what it is. It's okay. And then we've got some wisteria, some what are they called? Clematis. We've got some more honeysuckle. And although they are kind of a mess at the moment, I do respect that. And this is our Braeburn, and we've got loads of fruit on this one. And this is the one I'm most excited for because Braeburn are the most delicious apple in my opinion. Them and Gala, which is also good because we've got loads of on our Gala tree as well, which is very bendy. So this one does need a good support to stand it up, but that can be done shortly because if I leave it too long it will snap like I've had with the pear trees, which I don't want to happen again. We've got loads of gooseberries, which is also good because these gooseberries are just delicious. They're so tasty, and I don't know what I'll do with them. Probably just eat them as they are because they're just tasty like that in my opinion. But we'll see. And then we've got some more blueberries, so we might have enough to make a little bit of jam, but we'll have to wait and see. And then over here we have another gooseberry which hasn't got anything on it. I don't think it didn't do as well as the other one. And then we've got some foxglove, we've got sequoia, we've got some other trees, we've got an emrys. This is another rose. We have a lot of roses in this garden and they're all just as beautiful as each other in my opinion. We've got some sunflowers growing in a big pot. And then lastly over here we have a lot of apple seedlings. We've got some gooseberries on there, which is crazy. We've got another currant, and there's just lots of stuff going on. But yeah, so that is all for today's update video. I hope you have been keeping cool in this really hot weather that we have been having. It's been something else. It's just hot. But yeah, so thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye guys.